Hi guys, I thought I'd do a little guide on how to defeat Gill on Street Fighter 3 New Generation. I was just playing this game today and I'm a Street Fighter veteran and I don't think I've ever fought a boss as hard as Gill is. He's even harder than Seth from Street Fighter 4 and all the other Capcom ridiculously hard final bosses. So I was stuck on him for a good hour trying all sorts of tactics. I always complete Street Fighter games if I try. I've got enough skill and patience, but this one I really very nearly gave up on it. It's so difficult and unfair and cheesy. So I decided to find some kind of cheese method to do it. After exhausting all possible strategies to defeat him, I looked online for some guides and I couldn't find anything of any value, so eventually I did find a winning formula and I thought I'd best share it with you guys. So just a disclaimer, on the version I'm playing is the 30th anniversary edition on the Nintendo Switch, and on that I can choose options to make the arcade mode on the easiest setting and also the damage on high, so matches are quicker in general. I used this to my advantage against Seth, so I'm not sure if this tactic will work on normal versions of the game, but I assume it will. If you have standard damage on, this tactic might not work in the same way, but even if you can't defeat him in the allotted time, you should win on the time over screen anyway. This might also be advantageous because Gill won't get the opportunity to use his super move of refilling his whole energy bar. Now, there's a few things to know about Gill. The main one is he's a cheat and he's got a computer AI, so whatever you do, he reads your button inputs and reacts accordingly. Even if you act like a lunatic and press the buttons randomly, he still reacts accordingly to defeat you. I hoped I could at least get a lucky win just mashing the buttons, but there's no chance of this guy. The second thing to note is that all of his specials are very powerful, so you just want to block throughout the whole fight. The best way to block is just to do a standing back block. Don't do a crouch block because most of his attacks will attack as if it's a jumping attack. He very rarely does a sweep or goes in for a throw, so we don't even bother trying to counter these. So for the entire fight we just hold back, keep blocking and wait for him to do his charging rush special attack. When he does this and it is blocked, you have time to throw him. This is the only safe way of attacking him. You can get away with doing a standing heavy kick or a dragon punch, but you just have to be lucky with that. He can still hit you. So the best tactic is to just hold back and go for the throw. Eventually you will wear down his energy and defeat him. It will take a lot of time and patience, but it is a lot more likely that you are going to succeed than fighting him outright. The main cheaty thing about this guy is his super art. It fully replenishes his energy when you defeat him. So usually when you defeat him the second time, his energy will automatically get refilled and he will defeat you. There's no chance you're going to beat 2 health bars off him with your 1 health bar. This means that you will have to win every round, all 3 rounds. The first round you will get a win. The second round you will take away his energy and then he will use up his super art to replenish his energy and then you will lose. But on the third round he will have lost his super art, so you can defeat him properly and finally for good. So it's still a very difficult fight, but it's doable. It's actually doable. It took me an hour to get anywhere near beating him, so this tactic was pretty consistent and it's only a matter of time before you beat him using this. So to recap, hold back all the time to block, don't crouch block, don't do any other moves, just wait for him to do the charge attack at you. When you block that, you can throw him and then get away, keep holding back. As you can see, I used Ken here, so I don't know how it works with other characters, but I assume since every character has a throw, it should work for them too. I would also assume that this tactic works on other versions of Street Fighter 3, such as Third Strike and the second one. If anyone can confirm that these tactics do indeed work for other versions of Street Fighter 3, please mention it in the comments. So good luck, and I hope you manage to defeat one of the hardest bosses in fighting game history. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you can see more of my gameplay videos and tips.